But since we started out on Bitcoms, let's go further into crypto. Chair Gensler, I've heard you often say there is mass non-compliance by crypto firms in the marketplace today. I'm very concerned with what sounds like gross violations of the law that end in investors getting ripped off. The failures and fraud of crypto firms like Terra Luna, for example, cost investors as much as $60 billion, which was larger than the Madoff Ponzi scheme in 2008. But since we started out on Bitcoms, let's go further into crypto. Chair Gensler, I've heard you often say there is mass. But since we started out on Bitcoms, let's go further into crypto. Chair Gensler, I've heard you often say.
What's up, everybody? That was you got twice the intro. How do you feel? Twice the fun with the intro. What a mess. I've done this before where I've started the show later. There's always less people, and I'm always even more afraid than waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I got it. We heard the Bitcom. We heard about the Ponzi screen. Guys, you got a screen for the Ponzi's. That's what she meant. And you know, it's the Bitcoin bubble of 2023. What's going on, everybody? It's Friday, 9 a.m. on the West Coast of the United States of America. I know some of you are watching, and it is the afternoon, and others of you are watching, and it is the evening. So maybe you're drinking, and this will be more fun than the coffee that I'm drinking. I got my Jeep cup. You know what? My pot of coffee is over here, and my coffee is empty. Hold on. There we go. There we go, folks. Did you see what I got going on here? Got a little Mocha Master. I highly recommend. If you want to spend a lot of money on a coffee maker, you can make it a Mocha Master. I drink enough coffee to where it made sense. You know what I'm saying? Just lost somebody. They're like, this dude's talking about coffee. Folks, look, today's the day that we all celebrate God knows what. I think that the U.S. government is on the verge of shutting down. I haven't checked the news. We'll scroll through the news real quick and we'll figure out what's going on. But I'm pretty sure that that's on the verge of happening. Good old Gary testified this week. We'll talk a little bit about that. He delayed the BlackRock ETF, Bitcoin ETF, and a couple others. And it looks like a futures ETH ETF is on the horizon. And Valkyrie, I believe it was, started buying it up. And now they're selling it because I think Gary gave them a call. We'll look at all that stuff. And to celebrate, I posted on Twitter a Glizzy Gang NFT, a golden hot dog with a Pepe-esque face. For some reason, they tickle me. They're on XRP and they're on Algo. They're a dual chain NFT project. I got that. So we're going to talk about ETHgate today a little bit, navigate that. I'm no expert, by the way, on ETHgate, and maybe you aren't either, and you want to learn a little bit. What the hell is ETHgate? What are all these people? It's certainly in the XRP community for years now, talking about with this ETHgate. Essentially, the gist of it is, folks, that they treated XRP very poorly, and they gave Ethereum a big, big hug with a lot of corruption and a little dash of the Chinese Communist Party. Man, I will say this, though. The more I look into Ethereum, the shadier it is. You know what I'm saying? Good thing it doesn't matter, you know, for all of you that love ETH. It surely doesn't seem like it matters, but maybe someday it will. You know what I mean? All right, guys. Hey, how's the chat? Is there anybody in the chat? Anybody here? Are you guys here? What's up? Crypto for Change is here, talking to himself. Thanks for showing up, man. How was the? I should have had you on the show. We could have had fun. We could have talked about your interview with Stacey Warden. Speaking of Stacey Warden, she is the CEO of the Algorand Foundation and was just on Crypto for Change's show. the next block. So if you would like to catch up on all things Stacy, she's on there with Crypto for Change, C-Will, and JT Invest in You. I'm sure the interview was great. I was in a meeting during the live stream, and I'm yet to catch up on it, but I will. If you're in the Algorand community as well, you know that this quarter is coming to an end. Governance period, whatever, is ending, and then a new governance period is starting up again. Now, we have new options. You may have seen on the card before my show, Algo Foundry, Messina Bridge is a new sponsor of the show, and they're also providing another liquid staking option on the Algorand ecosystem. So it's no longer Folks Finance, the only game in town. You have Messina Bridge, Algo. I'll be having them on the show next week to talk about it, get all the details during signups, right? So Algorand, the market's sort of pumping. The last I looked at it, it was pumping. So we're gonna check it out. Did you guys see, by the way, while we're talking about fun things, before we get really started, did you guys see? Let me look it up real quick. I don't know if you've been following KubeCoin at all, and then the videos that come along with it. But let me see, where is it? But there's a video series that I do called the Devin series, which is about the KubeCoin dev. Okay, collaborate. Why am I not finding this? The KubeCoin dev. Okay, but it's not showing up. Well, anyways, so the KubeCoin dev has been a fun thing that I've been doing. He's a drunk dev on his way to Bitcoin Beach to turn it into KubeCoin Beach. And he has lots of adventures on the way and learns a lot of important things that are going to revolutionize the... okay, now I'm frustrated. Why does the Twine... I should have had it queued up, but why doesn't the Twine... there it is. I found it for me. All right. So let's just look at this real quick. I want to show you. So we're going to do a series, like a web novel, a diary of Devin Diaries. Let's just share the screen. Let's look at this real quick because it's fun for me. And maybe it'll be fun for you. I don't know if you're familiar with the excellent pixel art of Oink, who does the Oink Club and the Lost Bots. But he pixelated, this is sort of big for you guys to see, but we'll just look at it real quick. Let's get me in the corner. We're gonna go here, look at this real quick, and then we'll get to this. So this is the Devin Diaries. You got a little hint of Guatemala here. You got a pigeon that's going to be delivering the diary pages. Devin is currently lost in the Guatemalan forest, training pigeons to be homing pigeons to deliver pages so everybody can know in case he dies in Guatemala what is happening. He ran into dinosaurs in the Guatemalan forest. There's red wine. And then, of course, which you must learn about and what you will learn about is the majestic chicken. Boy, oh boy. Looks pretty good. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a fun, creative experiment. Twine is building something cool. So there we go. So that's that. All right. So check them out. Go to twinestories.com. Follow them on Twitter. Do the things. Help out, certainly if you're in the Algorand community, but even if you're not, check them out. See what they're doing. See what they are doing. All right. So instead of continuing on that, let's just look at CNBC and see what the news is. I haven't even scrolled the news today, so you're going to be seeing this brand new with me. Share this instead. Let's go back here, make sure you guys see everything right. You do. Okay. So the Dow is, no, those are futures, so we got to refresh. Hasn't really changed, though. All right, the Dow's down about 70 points. The NASDAQ is up about 70 points. The S&P is about even. Dianne Feinstein dies at age 90. It's a good run. She was a trailblazer for women in politics. I'm not going to be somebody that is, joking about somebody right as they die. That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do. Stagflation is the big boogeyman out there. Many increasingly fear its return. If you're in the, Bitcoin, certainly. If you're in the proof of work crypto Twitter bubble, they've been screaming about stagflation for a while. Maybe they were onto something. Government shutdown fears grow as House prepares to vote on a partisan spending plan. Toys R Us is coming back. You should probably hurry. Why don't you get that done before Christmas? The toy situation in this country, by the way, sucks. There's no toy store. No damn toy store. You got to go to Target. And it's the same 17 toys every time you go to Target. My poor kids. I used to go to Toys R Us and it was this giant store of just toys with like a big giraffe. It was fun. It was an experience. My kids get to go to Target. While I'm buying bleach, they get a surprise pack that you either get a pickle or a cat. All right. Those pickle cat things are pretty cute, though. Ray Dalio says the U.S. is going to have a debt crisis. Yep. Like most of its citizens. All right. So I don't really see anything. I mean, Apple expressed concerns on their knees, licking the Chinese officials over their foreign app restrictions. I'm sure Apple doesn't really want to push too hard on Daddy China. All right, let's look at Bloomberg real quick, see what they got going on. Oh, you know what? I think I actually need to renew this. We'll see what happens. Dianne Feinstein dead. Okay. Everyone wants to be Barbie. That's great. Everyone wants to be Barbie. Anything? Bloomberg? Oh, we got this. We'll find that on Crypto News. We'll get back to that. But Three Arrows co-founder, what's his face? Zhu apprehended in Singapore. I saw that this morning. Coca-Cola is coming for Gatorade's top spot. Is body armor passing Gatorade? I don't buy it. All right. Nothing. I mean, there's something, but is there anything for us in mainstream news? Usually, the reason why I check mainstream news for the crypto news is because a lot of times they are leading, if you want to get kind of the tea leaves on what the SEC or the government's about to do, they'll drop. Like we had a Binance article from the Wall Street Journal earlier this week, which we're not going to look at because it feels like old news at this point. But we did get that saying that they're melting down. And they, in fact, do seem to be melting down. All right, let's go to CoinDesk, see what they got. Huobi rebranded to HTX. Like, is that a troll? Like, what are they doing? Is that a troll move? Okay, Valkyrie backs off Ether futures purchases until SEC ETF approval officially effective. Okay, so we're clearly getting a futures Ethereum ETF. That's cool. I mean, I don't really understand the narrative. I guess the narrative is that just means that it's following the same compliant, regulated path as Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin doesn't have a spot ETF, but this will assume that Ethereum will follow and have a spot Ethereum ETF because a futures ETF is basically old news. We all know it's coming, so I don't understand all of the, if there is excitement. Are people excited about this? I mean, Ether is pumping a little, I guess. Let's see. Valkyrie Friday morning said it will not purchase Ether futures until the U.S. SEC approval of adding that vehicle to its Bitcoin strategy is effective. In the SEC Form 497 filing, the $77.8 billion asset manager also said it would unwind any Ether future purchases it had already made. Okay, so that means they got in trouble. The quick backtrack comes after the firm yesterday told CoinDesk it had begun adding Ether futures exposure to the BTF after gaining SEC approval. Bloomberg, okay, shut up. All right, you guys get it. Valkyrie got in trouble with the SEC for moving too quick. Gitcoin co-founder Kevin Owocki on evolution of Ethereum. All right, let's look at this. There's a big event. There's an XRP event in New York, I think. I need to turn this ad blocker on. All these sites get so mad at me. They threaten me. They beg me. They guilt me. They're like my mother. These websites are literally like my mother when I put an ad blocker on, being like just guilting me. They're my Catholic mother. All right. Suzu, co-founder of Edge. I know how to read. I know what I'm reading. Hedge fund Three O's Capital was apprehended at the airport in Singapore. The hedge fund collapse in 2022 and interconnections with the industry meant that the impact of its collapse quickly brought on a new crypto winner. We remember that. Algorand, the Algo fam, knows a little something about Three O's Capital. Okay, was subject to a committal order. It doesn't matter. It looks like in Singapore, folks, you can be held for a couple of years awaiting charges. Is that what the deal is? They had a new thing where they were going to sell bankruptcy claims on an unregulated exchange. But that token isn't doing so well. It doesn't sound like their little new exchange, which always felt like a crazy thing. It's not even stupid, a crazy thing that they were trying to do. All right. Anything else? Man, this site is killing me. You know, and I didn't queue this up for today, and I am talking about Ethereum. We're going to scroll through a little bit and learn about ETHgate. But how centralized Ethereum is, but it's not just like, people in the XRP community or the Algo community or the Solana community talking about it. It's the people at the Ethereum Foundation being like, okay, Lido is a major threat to Ethereum. And not only is it a major centralized threat, Ethereum also doesn't work that great. You guys notice? Like, it costs a lot to use it, and it's pretty slow. It's not the future, but all the money's there, and all the people have their money there. So they get real mad when you start saying stuff like that. But all my money's not there, so I'm not so scared. All right, let's look at coin market cap. I have more money in Bitcoin, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so Bitcoin is actually, it reached over 27,000, but it's pushing down again. Look, we're in sideways September, and now we're headed into October. So we'll see. They did delay those spot ETFs, so we're not going to get that this year, most likely. Volume is super low, but it's been low for a long time. So who knows? Who knows, folks? Your guess is as good as mine. And certainly the people on Twitter that are very loudly telling you that they know what is gonna happen, they don't know. I promise you, they don't know. The guys on Twitter and on YouTube that do these videos, the only thing that they know are the stupid projects that they can pump and dump. Then they know. And then if you follow them and you read the tea leaves correctly, then now you can start to make money because you're joining them on their Ponzi and their manipulation pump and dump schemes. BitBoy's famous for that, and many other YouTubers, NFTers. It's all a bunch of bullshit, folks. Okay? Understand it's bullshit, and then you can see. Then you can see what's really going on. I mean, of course, you want to look at charts. There's good actors out there that are looking at charts because, the market moves. It's automatic. It's by robots, algorithms. So you can definitely follow trends. And if it breaks certain things, then you know that the robots, we'll call them robots, will get going. So there are things to know for sure. So there are honest chart readers out there that can give you good information. You just have to be able to sift through the noise. Navigate the noise is something that I've said a lot on this show. All right, USDC is at $1. Thank God. Tether is pretty much at $1. That seems a little scary, but that seems scary ever since I got into crypto. So, it's like Binance and Tether. It's like they've been threatening Binance and Tether forever. Is it ever going to happen? We don't know. Probably though. And maybe soon. And that's the way they like it. They like it to feel. They want us all to feel like maybe soon it's all going to collapse. And then they're going to send it with their damn Bitcoin spot ETF. All right. Dogecoin has been sitting at 6. Solana loves 20. What do we got? Polkadot. So, not doing great. There's a huge unlock happening. I forget which parachains are unlocking soon. There's fear in the Polkadot community that unlock will lead into a lot of selling. I have my doubts. I mean, I don't know, but how much further down? I mean, how much do these people want to sell their dot at $4 a dot? And I believe like when the Moonbeam unlock happened in another one, there wasn't a bunch of selling pressure. I don't know. I'm not so concerned about that, but it's something to look out for. Chainlink has been producing well. I remember looking at this on the show not that long ago, and it was pushing $5. Now it's pushing $8. And I see some disturbing news about Chainlink on Twitter, and they're 4 of 8. I guess they added another, so it's now it's got to be 4 of 9, I guess, to make anything happen at Chainlink. They're multi-sig. Whatever, dude. And how many of those 9 are actual like individuals and not just multiple wallets? Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. And Monero just loves 145. Let's get down here. Let's find you. Where you at? VeChain. Have some friends over there at V, but guys and maybe girls. Seems like guys. Good group of guys over at VeChain. People love quant. Where are you at, stablecoin? All my Twitter feed of you quant heads, your quantastic dudes. No, there's women in quant, but anyways, they're celebrating that it was a stablecoin at 100, but now it's at 90. Okay, so everybody that talks about quant, this is a PSA for all of you people that love quant. If you want me to get excited about quant, make sure that not all of your content about quant is that there's only 14 million or whatever ever of quant. Okay? Make it about what the hell it's doing and what it means and why it's going to create more demand. All I ever see is how scarce it is and the price being at $100 and how it's got much more upside than Bitcoin. And I see that repeatedly, and that's just not interesting, and that shouldn't be enticing anybody. Yeah, I mean, lots of coins can be more. So up your game. Is it just a CBDC play? I do know. I mean, I'm aware that they do have I don't remember all the specific. I did look into it a little bit, and the guy that's started it has a very well connected, and might be behind some of these CBDCs. Algorand's at, I mean, like not even messing around. 10 cents, 0.1. CoinMarketCap doesn't even want to put that 0 there to make it look like 10 cents. Just 0.1. There we go. There we go. Are you guys even able to see this? Yes. Good. All right. We did it. That's the prices. That's fun. I'm just, let's look at Algorand ASAs real quick. Coop is down. Nexus. Look at Nexus. What's on there? They got an announcement. There we go. Nice little whatever. Little green candle there for old Coopy Pants. Coop. Got rejected. Freaking Coop Coin did a crossover. They fell on their defender, their ankles, got to the hoop, and then the Algorand community, Dikembe Mutombo'd Folks Finance and X-backed. And then Coop got swatted at the rim, folks. Little extra adoption was coming, but Algorand community said, oh, no. You get no. Oh, no, damn it. You guys aren't even seeing this. You get no Coop coin on Folks Finance. It's okay. No Coop coin, Folks Finance. Good thing nobody's watching. Chips took a dip. What's going on? Chips and dip over here, folks. I am losing my mind. D-Fly pushing down. Opulus. I'd buy that for a nickel. Whatever happened? What's going on, Lee? Come on the show. Let's talk about it. Coop, look at that, man, though. But by the way, does any coin on Vestige, and I'm not trying to talk you into anything, I don't care. Look at that. TVL, 124,000. Market cap, 200 The TVL is at 50% of the market cap. Where else is that? I mean, Vestige is actually pretty close. Opulus, but there are other chains. Okay. So everybody's about 50%. Dharma, look at that. I guess it's not as special as I thought. Votecoin, well, okay. There we go. That's a good example. Akita is another good example. And GoMint is certainly a good example. All right, folks. We did it. Let's keep moving. Fear and greed. No, Coop. Okay. Hey, we're in neutral. I feel neutral. I don't feel neutral. I feel more fear than I do feel neutral. Or FOMO, because I don't know which way. I feel fear because I don't know which way it's going to go. Okay. What do you got, Blockworks? Anything? And then we'll start talking about. Okay, this is fun. Before we move on to ETH, let's look at this fun one. COMEX won't reveal ownership, but promises Binance isn't in control. All right. So if you guys don't know, sold their Russia operations. I wonder why to a company that just opened a Twitter or an X profile 3 days ago or whatever, a couple days before the announcement, called COMEX. So Communist Exchange, I think, took over Binance's operations in Russia this week after Binance left the country due to a mismatch with its compliance strategy. But this is pretty fun. Okay, COMEX released an open letter early Friday morning addressing concerns raised in the wake of Binance's recent exit from Russia. Binance fully withdrew from Russia earlier this week, stating that it had sold off its business to local exchange COMEX. I mean, whatever, though, honestly. Like, obviously, it's going to be owned by Russian entities, but I guess the concern is it still owned by Binance secretly? Notably, COMEX only became a member of X in September. I just said that, and it only had 7 posts. These revelations have stoked suspicions that Binance remains in control. CZ denied it. There's a few ex-Binance team members may join the team. Binance fudster Adam Cochran. Until the early 2000s, COMEX was a commerce credit card company. But as you can see from the name server history on the domain, it was available for purchase on unregistry market GoDaddy and only updated on the 21st of this month. Instead, COMEX is a new company, so new, it doesn't show up in registers yet, and it seems to run on Binance Cloud, even letting you log in with Binance as the main call action. COMEX said it has been developing its platform for 6 months and has a team comprising dozens of passionate individuals. Some of those individuals are former Binance veterans. What wasn't disclosed, however, is information detailing COMEX's owner, despite the fledgling exchange wanting to converse with customers in the spirit of transparency. Although we do not disclose our ultimate beneficial owner, we make it clear that we are not owned by Binance. Our leadership may choose to maintain a low profile, but their extensive skills significantly shape our strategic growth and contribute to our achievements within the cryptocurrency industry. So that either means that it could be the former CEO. Does DWF own COMEX? The leader of DWF is a former CEO of Russia, Huobi. Or it's just basically still Binance, which if it's basically still Binance, that probably isn't, because they'll just get caught, or they're just placating and playing games, really, with the Department of Justice. That doesn't sound like a fun game to play. No. I wish you would stop doing this to me. All right. Okay. I do not want to share that. Where am I? What's going on? Okay, we're there. Cool. Sorry, guys. Okay. We're looking at the block. Fuck you, man. Okay. None of this. Bitcoin fair value accounting rules, hugely positive for corporate adoption. Okay, so you don't have to put the lowest price of the quarter of Bitcoin on your books or something like that. We're not going to look into that. I don't care. Okay, let's look at what Circle says. Stablecoin issuer Circle weighs in on SEC case against Binance. Circle said in a filing that stablecoins designed for payments do not have the essential features of an investment contract. But they also said something else about the news comes a little over a month after Dante Disparte, Circle's chief strategy officer, told Bloomberg that bank failures in the U.S. and the impact of those on local stablecoin issuers had forced investors into unsafe, opaque cryptocurrencies overseas. So that is in reference to Tether. And he's right. After what happened to USDC, a lot of people moved and figured, you know what? USDT has shown strength through many, many years. Why would we trust? What's this? The CFTC charges Mosaic and founder over digital asset commodity scheme. A couple years long scheme affected at least 17 people in the US. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin or other funds to be used to trade, but were then misappropriated. Crypto trading platform Mosaic Exchange Limited. I don't know. Okay. So the entire scheme was a sham, a virtual house of cards. I'll read about that later. I'm not going to just sit here and read the news to you, even though that's basically what I'm doing anyways. All right. Okay. We got this too before we get to it. Gemini calls description of a $218 million Genesis withdrawal pure fantasy. Gemini described the withdrawal as an attempt to bulk up Gemini Earn's liquidity reserves. So what the Winklevoss twins, producers of the new movie Dumb Money, which I watched the other day, is basically saying that Genesis planted this article in the New York Post to make them look bad. You guys can look at that all you want. That was Maxine. Okay. All right, let's talk about ETHgate real quick. What is ETHgate? I told you earlier, it's basically back in the day with Hinman, the SEC, there was preferential Lubin, all of these people. Let's just read about it. So ETHgate refers to a theory alleging that the Ethereum Foundation and Consensus have fostered close relationships with key individuals within the SEC and other entities like JP Morgan, thereby ensuring a favorable regulatory environment for Ethereum. One cornerstone of this theory are the Hinman emails, which were released earlier this year. In these emails, Hinman, who made the landmark speech in 2018 declaring that Ethereum was not a security, interacted with Ethereum's co-founder Vitalik Buterin right before the speech. Hinman reportedly consulted Buterin to understand the operational dynamics of Ethereum. Remarkably, Bill Hinman rejoined the law firm Simpson Thacher in 2020 after leaving the SEC. The significance? Simpson Thacher is associated with the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. Therefore, the XRP Army believes that Hinman's decision to deliver a speech giving Ethereum a regulatory free pass may not have been impartial. Okay, so let's just get into this real quick, and then we'll go into some other stuff. But anyways, so John Deaton, he had a big speech. So there's this guy, what's his name? Steven, whatever. You guys know what it is. We'll get to it. I didn't need to say his name yet and show that I don't really know. All right. Joseph Lubin, co-founder of, I guess like with an N and Neriak or something. Shit. We'll figure it out. Neroff. Okay. Co-founder of Ethereum and founder of Consensus is at the core of Deaton's claims. According to Deaton, within just 2 months of Jay Clayton's appointment as the SEC chairman, Lubin made a potentially strategic hire, bringing on board Patrick Baraducci from the law firm Sullivan and Cromwell. This move is seen by Deaton and many in the XR community as more than coincidental. Deaton has drawn attention to this connection in the past, positing that it might have provided Ethereum an inside track or at least more favorable disposition from the SEC. Sullivan and Cromwell is also notable because Jay Clayton himself was a partner there before his stint as the SEC chairman. The Hinman-Lubin email exchange. Deaton frequently refers to the now infamous email exchange between Bill Hinman and Joseph Lubin. For Deaton, this correspondence underscores a problematic level of proximity between the regulatory whatever. The fact that Hinman reportedly emailed Lubin directly is seen by Deaton as a potential sign of collaboration or at least a peculiar level of familiarity. Jay Clayton and One River Digital Asset I'm not sharing. Jay Clayton and One River Digital Asset Management. After this tenure at the SEC, Jay Clayton joined One River Digital Asset Management, Deaton emphasizes this move as a point of contention. Simpson Thacher, Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, and Hinman. One of the most significant points of contention brought forth by Deaton involves Bill Hinman's associations with the law firm Simpson Thacher. This firm played a role in the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. Okay, so yesterday, Deaton indicated that new potentially damning information about ETHgate might soon be disclosed. I've always said that one day we will get the full truth. Today is one day closer. At a time and manner that serves the interests of justice. There we go. Here's a name. Steven Narayoff, an early advisor to Ethereum, had extortion charges against him dismissed in May this year. Deaton speculates that Narayoff could be a significant source of insider information, possibly related to Ethereum's regulatory free pass. I have the map, was Narayoff's unequivocal response to Deaton's speculative tweets about the matter. The ETHgate controversy calls into question the impartiality of the SEC and its treatment of different cryptocurrencies. Although allegations remain unproven, the gathered evidence paints a picture of inconsistent regulatory approaches and potential conflicts of interest. Whether these allegations hold any water remains to be seen. Okay, fine. I'll make sure I share moving forward, guys. Sorry about that. Truth Labs, Boring Sleuth. He's been doing a lot of work on this. It's become clear to me that this post embodies not just... So here we go. Oh. Well, this is actually on a different subject, but I thought that this would be interesting to you guys for a second. We're going to sidebar to this real quick. It's become clear to me that this post embodies not just some of Ethereum's influencer sleuths. You guys know those Ethereum influencer sleuths, but the general force behind all of Ethereum. Just look at Steven Narayoff, XRP, and almost everyone outside Ethereum consensus and undercover Chinese companies. There's a whole thing. Wang Jiang or whatever it is. Wang Jiang or Wang Jing. Wang Jiang, is it? Anyways, God, my brain's not working today. But them, and there's just like a deep connection to China. All right? That this guy has been working on. But look at this post, and then we'll look in the comments real quick. In crypto, we have some influencer sleuths that have answers for all the exploits. And I have noticed this. If you guys have been watching this show for a while, you know that during the MyAlgo hack or exploit or whatever you want to call it, or, you know, whatever that was, during that, there was a woman, a developer at MetaMask named Tavano. And I've been following her ever since. And every single time that there is an exploit, she goes on this crazy offensive that can never be an inside job. And she will bully anybody that asks questions. That is her move, for sure. Except the answers that they give aren't actually the real truth. At best, they're half-truths. You see, these influencers play a paid role for the biggest criminals in crypto. They are employed by both the best analytic companies and by criminals at the same time, positioned perfectly with the best tools and the positional power to control the message. Their job is to get you and everyone in crypto to trust them, that they have the answers and they are who you need to go to when you need help. You see, if they can keep you believing them and they can offer up a solution to every exploit, then you don't need to look into it any further. They don't speak positively or engage in conversations with most other sleuths. Okay, so this guy's mad because they're being mean to him, but that's fine. This guy is respected, certainly in the XRP community, or at least I think he is. And then he's like, I have not. Okay, but look at this. There she is. No, I call out your bullshit because you are spreading misinformation, which undermines the core value proposition of public blockchains. Stop taking on-chain data and conflating it with your stack. And then look how she just goes on. This woman is insufferable, to be honest. So while I appreciate that you think you're doing the world a service by showing that, and then you fucking idiot, you know, she does this. This is what she does. So all I have to say, and then he blocked her, and then said, why would you block somebody like this? Why block anyone unless they're malicious or a bot? Well, I mean, she just called him a fucking idiot, but because she attacks me and calls me names. Okay. So there you go. I told her yesterday if she called me a name again, I would block her. She also flat out knowingly lies about the FTX drainer thread I released that resulted in a drive-by on my house. If she wants to say it didn't happen and I'm a schizo, good for her, but I'm not entertaining those that throw shade on the truth. It's not good for my own mental health and to allow that into my life and to intentionally interfere and confuse people on what is true. So that's wild, right? So this man, you would assume, is being honest that there was a drive-by on his house after he was revealing FTX. And she doesn't believe that, but she believes every single exploit is from North Korea, essentially. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think that there's something. I think something stinks behind Ethereum, folks. And I'll spend some time looking at it too. Get called a fucking idiot by Tay. Not a fan. Not fans of the way she communicates over here at the ReCoop. All right. So, okay, then there's this piece of paper. Okay, Stephen Narioff, an active participant in Ethereum's initial coin offering, who is believed to know where the bodies are buried, has made further revelations in the ongoing ETHgate saga, which boils on whether or not the SEC gave Ethereum. Okay, this piece of paper. What the hell is this piece of paper? After being pressured by a member of the XRP community to release the dirt that he claims to have, Narioff released a follow-up tweet that contained transcripts from an email that Ethereum's co-founder Joseph Lubin sent to him personally in 2014. Lubin, who Narioff now refers to as Crooked Elbow Joe, also copied Fry, Bertrand, Vitalik Buterin, and Jeffrey Alberts in the mail. In the mail, Fry, Bertrand, there is assumption that Fry, Bertrand is one person rather than separate individuals, stated that the opinion letter was being put on a letterhead and would be forwarded to Lubin. Revelation of this mail, a video clip surfaced where pro-XRP... Okay. The opinion paper mentioned in the mail was the same one Lubin had referred to when he said he had a piece of paper in his pocket before the ETH ICO. So another one of the things that they're thinking in this ETH ICO, by the way, is that it was not, they're trying to present it as a decentralized ICO, but it was actually a few people creating a bunch of wallets. Okay, I mean, that doesn't really break it down in a way. This is this dude's profile. Bingo. I brought Jeff Alberts to Ethereum and former colleague Mark Berger headed SEC. I mean, there's so much crap with this theory. It's hard really to kind of... So this is more about this dude, the DOJ's puzzling case against former Ethereum advisor Stephen Narioff, in a move that has left the cryptocurrency community buzzing. Famous crypto influencer Mr. Huber took to Twitter to express his disbelief over the recent legal proceedings against Stephen Narioff, a former Ethereum advisor. This stinks to high heaven. Why? I believe Narioff. You have to imagine how strange this is. So this guy was accused and jailed, I believe, for extortion. So here we go. On January 10th, 2020, Narioff and Halady were charged with Hobbs Act extortion conspiracy, among other allegations, for extorting money in Ethereum from a Seattle-based cryptocurrency business called Company One. These charges covering their dealings with the company leading to its ICO in 2017 and a 10,000 ETH loan from a company. Okay. I didn't queue up a bunch of articles, but whatever. This is half baked, anyways. I'll do better on this ETHgate thing in the future. Stephen Narioff sit quietly either. He took to Twitter to present his view that the SEC and the government attempted to co-opt the cryptocurrency industry. He also mentioned he was one of the very few people who had a list of ETH contributors, subtly hinting at the leverage he holds. To fuel the fire, Narioff leaked email conversations dating back to 2014, which involved Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin and Joseph Lubin, tagging them as Crypto Judas and Crooked Elbow Joe. Respectively, he appeared to assert that his contributions to Ethereum were being discredited. Why would the DOJ reject its case despite having a co-defendant's guilty plea? What are the broader implications of Narioff's potential contributor list? Is there a more extensive conspiracy in the Ethereum and wider community? Is Ethereum facing a karmic reckoning? All right. Okay, so we just saw that. What else we got? I had a bunch more. It's unfortunate. Where is that? You guys want to scroll my my feed? Did you see this? There's my XRP NFT, Glizzy Gang. I won this. My kids, Land of Allegra. and Loonies. They have a cool coloring book that you should check out. And we won this. My kids colored some Algorand NFTs, and we won this poof. Pretty cute, cool hat. Otris. This is one of the novels on Twine. Okay, sorry. This isn't what I'm doing. EXA, NFT solution, new sponsor of the ReCoop. Merchant on a sinking ship with an Algorand logo, screaming at KuCoin holders and a lifeboat. It's too risky to be on a lifeboat in the North Atlantic as the big ship sinks. Why did you take off my seatbelt, Jesus? You're already speeding. All right. Okay, there's Devin Diaries again. But wait, I want to get to this guy. This guy did a good job. Richie Torres from the Bronx. He had a whole Pokemon thing. Gary Gensler looks like he is unraveling, folks. Like, seriously unraveling. But okay. Where the hell? There is Coop Chain. Sorry, guys. I'm probably losing you guys as I'm just scrolling my feed. Oh, there was something here too. That truth guy. I probably have all of this in my. I'll like text myself a bunch of articles for the show, and I was rushing this morning. What do we have? Oh, okay. So I looked into Mixing Kernel's exploit tonight. I believe it was 100% an insider job done by InBlockchain, a CCP, a Chinese Communist Party affiliated company. It's got to be inside. The Mixin thing has got to be. Nobody's ever even heard of Mixin. And they lost 200 million? Yeah, sure. Sure. There's more. There was also something, I guess I could, this is interesting, just because he's so popular. On here, I'll pull this up because he's so popular on Okay, so you guys know Mario Nawfal or whatever his name is. Yeah, Nawfal. Mario, the guy that does all the huge Twitter spaces or X spaces and is a big time Elon fanboy, which I'm not that, but he's clearly getting paid. Anyways, hey, Mario, since you like to cancel spaces as soon as somebody starts talking about A16Z involvement in ETHgate, can you please answer this sincere question? If Andreessen Horowitz is still funding you in your spaces, looks like they gave you millions in the past. Not exactly the citizen journalism people would want, is it? And look at that dude's, by the way, it can't go ignored. Like, look at those dudes and the cone heads. Like, look at that. This is what happens when you go bald, and this is what's underneath. You got to become very powerful. Sorry, I'm like insulting this dude's head. But now, if you look here, so Mario was one of the major players behind BitClout, which A16Z gave a lot of money to. BitClout, the world's first blockchain-based crypto social network, it didn't end well, folks. If you guys don't know the story, we can talk about it another day. But watch out, friend tech. Point is that apparently, which I did not see or hear, and I can't confirm, but I've seen it several times on Twitter, that once somebody, and maybe it was John Deaton, started talking about A16Z's involvement in ETHgate, the space went down, and then when it came back, they started talking about something else. So, ruh-roh. Sorry for the ruh-roh. I have kids. All right, no, I don't want to talk about this. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't care about this. Get me out of here. What did I just do? I want out. All right. Okay. All right. So, I mean, I feel bad because there was a whole CCP thing that I wanted to talk about. The point is, folks, okay, I'll just say it. We'll go back to this. I'll look at the comments and then we'll just move on. The point is this. These Wang Zhang guys are very, very powerful. It's a very, very, very reputable Chinese company that has their tentacles in the US economy big time. Okay. I think that they're one of the largest, Wang Zhang, the bigger group, is one of the largest providers of auto parts in the United States. They have a massive, massive factory somewhere in the Midwest, and they have tremendous amount of power in our government. They also have a blockchain division, which is hugely responsible for Ethereum. They were one of the main supporters. And coincidentally, they're also the ones behind Prometheum, which is the only digital asset exchange that has been given a regulatory pass by the SEC, backed and developed by Wang Zhang. There is so much smoke behind the beginnings of Ethereum and the Chinese Communist Party and Wang Zhang. Now, is Wang Zhang the bad actor? I don't know. But all I do know is that they are a massive conglomerate out of China. And that's that. They've done pretty successfully. But, I mean, look, I'm not super proud of my ETHgate deep dive today. There was no deep dive. But you guys understand now. When you hear ETHgate, you understand what has basically happened is something crazy shady happened early on where the people at the SEC were in bed with the Ethereum Foundation and Consensus, Joseph Lubin, Wang Zhang, all of this. They were all colluding to give Ethereum and to kind of co-opt cryptocurrency, give Ethereum the free pass. And there's obviously connections to JP Morgan and Ethereum, yada, 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 yada. They shut it down. They shut down XRP. They shut down, and they're going after everything. And now you're seeing Ethereum becoming the second cryptocurrency to Bitcoin, getting all of like the futures ETF is coming, and you would suppose that the spot ETF would follow. Now, the obviously the XRP community doesn't like that, and they look back at that and they think, wow, how shady is that? And then you have the Hinman emails and connecting with Vitalik before he says that ETH is not a security. I mean, there's so much to unpack, and then it just gets more and more disturbing as you start to unearth, people getting arrested for extortion and then randomly being let go for what reason. There's something dirty is happening underneath the surface with Ethereum. And it doesn't work that great. So that makes me interested. So I'm interested, and we'll continue to look at it. But I mean, that's that, folks. That's a show. I did it. Us dads with the kids like the noon show. You like it a little later. It's Friday song. All right. Well, I'm glad that you like it. Crypto for Change. What's up? Good morning. So I'll go through the comments real quick, and then we'll peace out. Ice Age Trails, good morning. Smokey McPotts, Crypto for Change is camera ready right now. Just saying. Damn, didn't know that. Coop coin to the moon. Fisherman says, good morning, Coop. Good morning back to you, Fisherman. Still got my 100K bag. Need more Coop. Oh, so it's Crypto for Change saying that, we could jump on. Darn it. Didn't see it. Now it's too late. Too bad for you guys. We could have talked about Stacy and stuff. Good morning, Bar Therapy. Good morning, Django. What's up, Dragonfly 409 3 arrow? Oh, 3 arrows. Yep, 3 arrows. Dragon. I did talk about that. I was almost like, wow, didn't I not mention 3 arrows? But we did. There's a toy store below the strip club that is fully stocked. Hey, man, just one-stop shop for all dads out there. Hi, Aaron. Afternoon, morning to you, Coop. What's up, Gov? There we go. That's just FUD, Coop. What is FUD? I don't know. Ethereum made me almost give up on crypto. There you go. It's ultrasound money. Are we still algo holders? We are. Bitcoin security is doomed. That's what everyone says. Listen to bonds. Man, I like Justin Bonds. I certainly like his takes on layer twos and Ethereum, and I like some of his deep dives on things. He seems to have genuine concerns and all of that. But boy, is he repetitive about Bitcoin. Is he right? I mean, he was a Bitcoin casher. That didn't work out, but he still does not believe that Bitcoin has the security it needs. He's never been wrong before, right? Right? Okay, so he's joking too. Bitcoin needs to either increase tokens or change how the network is secured. I mean, I'm not going to get into that too much, but I don't think they're going to do that. The price needs to go up. All right, that's really what it needs. Price go up, it's going to be fine. Good morning, fellow Algo Hicks. Doesn't Algorand have an unlock in 2024? No. What does that even mean? An unlock? Does it? Does anybody know about what Triup is saying? Doesn't Algorand have an unlock in 2024? An unlock where? Was there you mean like ICO or something? Like Borderless? Does Borderless have an unlock? I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. They just unlocked $50 million worth. They got $50 million and then they unlocked that to DWF, but I don't know what you're talking about. We're all Chads for being Algo Hicks. That's right. Quamfi. Okay. Quamfi. Oh, yeah. So that's when I was talking about I want more substance to the quant influencers' takes. Tokenomics are the best. I agree with you there, Crypto for Change. Up only. If you like less supply. How many decimal places are there? 1 billion. Yeah, it was heavily shilled. All right. So this is when I was talking about quant. Lex interview. Hey, Coop, have you seen? Yeah, I was actually showing Triup, and I should have looked at this. Triup says, "Hey, Coop, have you seen the new Facebook metaverse avatars?" Yeah, that was crazy. I saw Lex and I mean, at that point, shouldn't they just FaceTime? I mean, but I guess it's a spatial relationship. I understand. But I mean, that looked insane. They look exactly like each other and it looked like they were definitely talking to each other. And if the experience is they're right in front of you and you feel like you're in the same room, I mean, obviously that's the future. We're going to be doing that. Yeah. I mean, there's certain things like surprisingly being in this industry, I am sort of like conservative in certain things. Like, you know, I'm not going to get into the political conservative nature that I have on some things, but I will say, like, when it comes to tech and like I hear about Neuralink, and I'm sure people will roll their eyes or, think I'm an idiot, but like that disturbs the hell out of me. Now, I understand that can help people, but just like anything, you have a good drug for somebody that really needs it, but it makes somebody else so this thing that they're doing to people that maybe are paralyzed or whatever, this chip they're going to put in their brain, and these people are going to be able to find some motion. That's fantastic. But once that gets to, and then Elon is even hinting towards it, that it might help humans keep up with AI. Once it becomes a brain race, then if you don't have one of these chips, you're going to be way behind, certainly in certain fields. And then it can, then it balances out. Is it a free market? Are brains going to be the new free market where the unchipped will have a fresh perspective than the chipped? All I know is that seems disturbing to me. Putting chips in our brain. I don't care. And it's just like, it's almost political. People are like, well, Elon's on my side, so I like chips and brains. That's not the way I see the world. Oh, man. Anyways, I don't like it. But the metaverse doesn't bother me. I feel it's inevitable. So if this is going to be able to put me like courtside at a Warriors game when I can't be there, and it's going to feel like I'm watching a game on the court, that's what I want. Give me basketball games where it feels like I'm on the court and I can just watch. That's what I want. Yeah, Maximus, you miss those days every morning. Can I do it? Can I get back to waking up at 6 a.m. or not 6 a.m., 4:30 a.m. because a lot of you guys are in different time zones than me. Can I get back to doing that Monday through Friday? I might have to, depending on what my days look like. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard waking up at 4:30 in the morning every day, guys, when you got a lot to do the day. You know what I mean? But that was a good time. It was an energy where every day I was checking in, there was something fun. Share screen. Coop. Microphone. Hope the microphone's been on. Glizzy. Okay, we got back. Cone heads. Okay, so we're back. Got to be evil to have that shape. Dragonfly wants the glizzy. You don't get the glizzy. Dragonfly don't get no glizzy. Yeah, I hear you there, Maximus. That's awesome. I'm glad that you learned something new. Good show. Thanks, guys. All right. Hey, thanks, guys. That would be dope. No lie. What? Algorand unlocks tokens all day, day. we always unlock it until what, like 2030? They're running out. So good thing we got good thing Algorand's got John Woods on the scene and Gary Maloof and Algorand Inc. and Algorand Labs and the Algorand Foundation all on the scene, making sure that peer-to-peer gossip is in that consensus. And we're moving towards incentivizing participation nodes so this thing can run on its own, because pretty soon the foundation isn't going to have any more tokens. There's going to be no more Hillary partnerships allowed. And we'll be on our own. No, okay. All right, folks. Well, there you go. That's the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm a little rusty. I haven't done it in a couple weeks. Once a week isn't enough. It's not. I do actually enjoy this. Job for president. That's what I'm saying. Big reason for the changes. Yeah, it's a big reason for the changes so it can be self-sufficient. Because like I said, eventually the Algorand Foundation is not going to have any more tokens to create adoption, which they're supposed to be doing. So hopefully they create some adoption with these remaining tokens. And then this, the Algorand network, which moves very fast, very efficiently. It's never been down. It's never been exploited. Obviously, smart contracts and stuff on top of it have. But Algorand has always been fine. Get that technology fully in the hands of people, and we should be in good shape. All right, everybody. I appreciate you. You're doing fantastic. Have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to go. I'm going to see a play tonight. I'm going to go to a play. I haven't been to a play when was the last time I went to a play? But I'm going to a play. It's by a guy named Adam Rapp. It's called The Silence Inside, I think. And Adam Rapp and I have a long history. He won the Pulitzer, I believe, for The Silence Inside just recently. It was on Broadway, and this is the West Coast premiere. So I'm going to take the opportunity to see this. I'll tell you the story real quick for the 15 of you that are still here. I'll tell you the story. I don't know if you guys know, but I have a history as an actor. And when I was in college, I was doing a play with a girl. It's called Blackbird by Adam Rapp. And it was about a Iraqi war veteran who was damaged. He had sciatica. He had to wear a diaper. He shit himself, and he was like real dark. And it's in this like squalid apartment in New York. And he's got this girl there. And it's just a really kind of edgy play that was a lot of fun to do as a 20-something-year-old, or not even 20-something. Yeah, early 20s. And, he was an alcoholic. I was personally a mess at that point. I was like living the part, really into method acting. Not while I was acting, but like the day before, after rehearsal, drinking the Jack that this guy was drinking, going and rolling into rehearsal hungover. Well, anyways, she had an audition for the Actors Studio. Now, the Actors Studio, I don't know if you know what that is, but the Actors Studio is like where Marlon Brando, De Niro, Pacino, yada, yada, yada. It's a storied acting institution in this country, method acting. She had an audition for a school in New York, in Los Angeles. And she asked me if I'd be her scene partner for her audition. And we come down here. I was living in Northern California. We come down to LA for this audition. It's during Oscars weekend. So I've like never really been in LA by myself. Maybe I went to Disneyland and like came to LA to go to the beach, but I'd never actually been to Hollywood really. And I'm like seeing the red carpet for the Oscars. And then I like go do this audition with her and I do a good job or whatever. We do a good job. And then they ask her about me. And I go in there and there's all these movie stars. it's like Olympia Dukakis and Martin Landau, all these old timey movie stars are looking at me. And they're like, would you like to come to New York and go to our school? You're fantastic, yada, yada. And I'm like feeling the vibes. I'm like, yeah, let's go to New York. So anyways, I go to New York based on that Adam Rapp audition. And then so I go to the actor studio school over there. And then one day I decide I'm going to go to a play. And it was called Red Light Winter. And it was in the East Village. And I go to this play. I don't remember if I took a girl or if I just went by myself. But that the play was so good to me. The girl didn't matter. So if I was by myself or not, I don't remember. But I just remember watching that play and being like, holy shit, I got to work with this guy. Like, this is fantastic. And he actually became a finalist for the Pulitzer based on that play. And so I was like, I have to work with this guy. And then eventually I did. I did a play called Bingo with the Indians with him. I did a play called Los Angeles with him. And it was some of the cooler experiences of my acting life. So anyways, I haven't been acting at all recently for years. I kind of just stopped doing it. And I saw that his play was going to be happening in Pasadena, so I'm going to go to it. All right, folks. Hey, thank you for listening to that. If you stuck around for it, you stuck around for it. That's that. I appreciate you. I'll see you next week. We'll see when. Maybe I'll do more. I have some interviews next week. I'm going to be speaking of acting, I'm talking to film.io, which is trying to do interesting Web3 things in the film industry. And I'll be talking to Algo Foundry, Messina Bridge, and we'll be talking about Algo. And I'll have my Twitter space on Wednesday. I'll have my show on Friday, and maybe we'll add something else too. All right. I appreciate you guys. Have a great time. See you later.